Chapter 1, The Right to be Rich. Whatever may be said in praise of poverty, the fact remains that it is not possible to live a really complete or successful life unless one is rich. No man can rise to his greatest possible height or talent or soul development unless he has plenty of money. For to unfold the soul and development, he must have many things to use, and he cannot have these things unless he has money to buy them with. Man develops in mind, soul, and body by making use of things. And society is so organized that man must have money in order to become the possessor of things. Therefore, the basis of all advancement for man must be the science of getting rich. The object of all of life is development, and everything that lives has an inalienable right to all the development is capable of obtaining. Man's right to life means his right to have the free and unrestricted use of all the things which may be necessary for his fullest mental, spiritual, and physical unfoldment, or in other words, his right to be rich. In this book, I shall not speak of riches in a figurative way. To be really rich does not mean to be satisfied or content with little. No man ought to be satisfied with little if he is capable of using and enjoying more. The purpose of nature is the advancement and unfoldment of life, and every man should have all that he can contribute to the power, elegance, beauty, and richness of life. To be content with less is sinful. The man who owes all that he wants all of life he is capable of living is rich. And no man who has not plenty of money can have all that he wants. Life has advanced so far and has become so complex that even the most ordinary man or woman requires a great amount of wealth in order to live in a manner that even approaches completeness. Every person naturally wants to become all that he is capable of becoming. This desire to realize innate possibilities is inherent in human nature. We cannot help wanting to be all that we can be. Success in life is becoming what you want to be. You can become what you want to be only by making use of things, and you can have free use of things only as you become rich enough to buy them. To understand the science of getting rich is therefore the most essential of all knowledge. There's nothing wrong with wanting to get rich. The desire for riches is really the desire for a richer, fuller, and more abundant life. And that desire is praiseworthy. The man who does not desire to live more abundantly is abnormal. And so the man who does not desire to have enough money to buy all that he wants, is abnormal. There are three motives for which we live. We live for the body, we live for the mind, and we live for the soul. No one of these is better or holier than the other. All alike are desirable, and no one of these three, mind, body, or soul, can live fully. Either of others is cut short of life and expression. It is not right or noble to live only for the soul and deny the mind or body. It is wrong to live for the intellect and to deny the body and soul. We're all acquitted the loathsome consequences of living for the body and denying both mind and soul, and we see that real life means the complete expression of all that man can give forth through the body, mind, and soul. Whatever he can say, no man can be really happy unless his body is living fully in function, unless the same is true of his mind and his soul. Whether there is unexpressed possibility or function not performed, there is unsatisfied desire. Desire is possibility seeking expression, or function seeking performance. Man cannot live fully in body without good food, comfortable clothing, and warm shelter. Without freedom from excessive toil, rest and recreation are also necessary for his physical life. We cannot live fully in mind unless without books, without time to study them, without the opportunity to travel and observation, without the intellectual companionship. To live fully in mind, he must have intellectual recreation. He must surround himself with all the objects of art and beauty he is capable of using and appreciating. To live fully in soul, man must have love, and love is denied expression by poverty. A man's highest happiness is found in his bestowal of benefits on those who he loves. Love finds its most natural and spontaneous expression in giving. A man who has nothing to give cannot fill his place as a husband or a father, as a citizen, or as a man. It is in the use of material things that man finds his fullest life of body, health of mind, and full of soul. It is therefore of supreme importance to him that he should be rich. It is perfectly right that you should desire to be rich. If you are a normal man or woman, you cannot help doing so. It is perfectly right that you should give your best attention to the science of getting rich, for it is the most noble and most necessary of all studies. If you neglect this study, you are derelict to your duty, to yourself, to God, and to humanity. For you can render to God and humanity no greater service than to make the most of yourself.